Welcome to the Fuzzy Loaf Podcast, where two dinglings talk about what's going on in the world of news and pop culture. I'm Scott. That's Matt.
He's
a
my
Pokemon
thing now.
now.
Yeah. Matt.
Anyway, there's not a lot of stuff happened this week.
No,
it's a couple big things, but we'll see if Matt and I differ on any of them.
Yeah.
Usually we're on the same page, which is...
I think it's going to be slow for like the next couple weeks as isn't Comic-Con in July?
July,
Yeah, so I think leading up to that, there's going to be not a ton of big news because people are going to be holding everything they can
for Comic-Con.
Yeah. Besides Disney, who's not.
Disney's going to be there this year.
Yeah, but not
Fox
in
isn't
the
going
same
to be there
capacity.
this year.
True.
Comic-Con is going to go back to being actually about comics.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Hopefully, maybe.
All right, Matt. What did you want to of the four things? Because we don't really have any particular order this week. Just pick one that you want to talk about first.
Let's talk about the Thor Ragnarok news.
All right.
So we knew Tessa Thompson was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just going in the order of
When we,
smallest to biggest in my opinion, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
Not putting her down, but
she's great.
Yeah.
She's a rising star.
We knew she was going to be in the movie. Everybody was rumoring that she was going to be Valkyrie or that she could be Valkyrie, but they confirmed finally she is Valkyrie. Then I should have started with Carl Urban. Carl
Urban's, I'd say, higher than Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, but he's
how
one of
people
those.
know her.
He'll be in any movie. Doesn't matter, A movie, D movie.
But I love Carl.
Yeah, he's great. It's just
he was actually who I wanted to be Batman.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Because he would have been a cool Batman.
Yeah, he could have.
He was a great Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
and
but
I like him as Bones on Star Trek.
Carl Urban is Scourge. So I suppose we'll go through. I'll say who the four people that were announced and the characters are, but then maybe we can talk about the characters if we know more about them. I don't know much about.
I've never really cared about Thor.
Yeah,
but it's all these casting announcements that made me go, well.
Yeah.
Now I give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't even read Thor comics or anything because
I tried so many times and it's not.
I did like the new thing they're doing now with the Jane Foster being Thor. And, DC is totally ripping that off with Superwoman. Did we talk about that?
Yeah,
before?
we did. I think.
Because, do you know how they're ripping it off? Right?
Yeah, Lois is gonna be.
She's got like Superman's powers,
but then it's
slowly killing her. That's they totally ripped that off from the new Thor.
Yeah,
but
anyways, so Carl Urban is Scourge. Don't know much about this character, but he looks kind of like Kratos from God of War.
He's the only one I didn't get to look.
He kind of looks like a throwaway. If I
knew
guess,
who Valkyrie was already,
because two of these characters are villains. I'm guessing he's kind of the throwaway villain.
He's a villain too.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, we'll get into the next character before
Okay. Cate Blanchett as Hela.
Hela.
I don't know.
The ruler of hell.
Yes. You never know with like Scandinavian words if they're.
Yeah.
It could be like her.
Depends on how many umlauts are on it.
So that's pretty big news, I guess.
Cate Blanchett is amazing. They were just getting. That's the thing with these. Marvel Phase 3 has just like grabbed my attention so hard.
I think it's because they finally proven, because for a long time superhero movies were like where your career went to die, kind of. Yeah.
Or it's when you had no options left.
Yeah, or you were like just starting, like with what is his name? Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man.
The very first Spider-Man.
Yeah. He was kind of like a young actor, and he hadn't been
in things before,
but not a ton of things, and he wasn't like a high-profile actor.
Or like look at Robert Downey Jr. when he first did Iron Man. He was like,
oh my god,
this was post rehab and everything, and that they were able
most people would not
they wouldn't even want to hire him.
No,
but Favreau pushed for him. Thank God.
Yeah,
and now he's like the highest paid actor of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're realizing that. It's not just money involved, that they actually can do good.
Well, and it can be a career. You can, even if it's a small role in multiple movies, like look at somebody like, God, I'm so bad with names right now. The guy that plays Rhodey.
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. He's been in 3 or 4 of the
Iron
movies.
Man 2, 3. He was in Age of Ultron a little bit. Then he was in Cap 3, so he's been 4.
Yeah, so he's been in 4 movies. He probably makes he's not making as much as Robert Downey Jr.
Money,
but shit, if you're in one of those every couple of years, I mean, that might be enough to not have to ever do anything ever again.
Pay for some kids to go to college or something.
Exactly.
And I'm sure it's got to be like long, but I'm guessing it's got to be kind of fun too.
Oh God, yeah.
Right? Because you see some of these way these guys act on. It's got to be like, unless you're like Joss Whedon, the director, who's basically killed himself doing Age of Ultron. But so.
And then the final casting news, the news everybody's been waiting for. Geoff motherfucking Goldblum as the Grandmaster. I saw pictures of the Grandmaster. Jeff Goldblum right now could not look any more like this person.
I had to look up the Grandmaster because I wasn't aware of who he was.
Yeah.
But he's some kind of cosmic Jack Kirby-esque type character. That because I was watching Movie Talk and they're like breaking news and when this casting was announced and they said Jeff Goldblum in Thor and I was like,
yeah, when
what?
I read that I was like, what? But then
I was like, is this real? But no, it was announced by Marvel.
And I saw the character, like I saw some of the comic book art of the character, and it's like Jeff Goldblum kind of looks like that right now, like with his mustache and like the weird pointy goatee thing that he has.
It's like insane. This cast is awesome, and they've got Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk in this too.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be crazy.
This is gonna be the best Thor movie ever
of the three. And then it's directed by Taika Waititi, who did What We Do in the Shadows. I think he directed some stuff for the Flight of the Conchords too. But he's great. Like What We Do in the Shadows is amazing. So
I'm becoming very excited for this movie. When originally it was Thor Ragnarok, I was like, okay, I'm interested because not necessarily comic book Thor Ragnarok, but like the actual mythology behind Thor Ragnarok is very interesting. So I was like, okay, I want to see what their take on this is going to be. But now that they're announcing all these people, it's like, this movie seems like this is going to be probably not as big financially, but like it's going to feel as grand as Civil War did, I think.
I think that's the whole point of Phase 3.
Yeah.
Is just grandiose. Just like, the only thing that kind of bums me out about this casting is
no Beta Ray Bill.
I was just gonna say, where's Beta Ray Bill? They saving that for Comic-Con?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Could that be so rad? Like even if it was
who do you
role,
want to be Beta Ray Bill?
That's hard because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because Beta Ray Bill he'd either have to be like extensive makeup or like crazy like makeup or CGI. Like motion capture because he's got like such a weird face. So I don't know, any kind of like tough guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. I'm not a casting director.
Rock.
No,
I'm just kidding, dude. He's not going to be in any.
Too serious.
He's not going to be in the MCU because he's waiting on that Black Adam DCEU thing. Yeah, he keeps bringing it up like it's happening.
They did announce that he was cast, like Warner Brothers did, but it's not. Actually gonna happen. Because I just want to see Beta Ray Bill, him and Thor. Thor's gonna need some backup with this.
Yeah,
he's gonna have Valkyrie for backup, but that's not gonna be enough. If it's gonna be actually Ragnarok, he's gonna need
Hulk.
He's gonna need and the Hulk, but he's gonna need Beta Ray Bill too.
We'll see.
Beta Ray Bill and Stormbreaker. Come on, it's like the only Thor stuff I really actually know because I just like Beta Ray Bill so much.
Yeah,
but this casting's great, and the thing with Tessa Thompson being in Thor, so we've got Tessa Thompson in Thor, Michael B. Jordan, possibly in Black Panther.
I thought that was. Oh yeah, he was rumored. Never mind. I was going to say it hasn't been confirmed yet.
Ryan Coogler directing Black Panther, and then Sylvester Stallone is in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I did not hear
We've
that.
got all of Creed in the MCU.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, not only is Ryan Coogler directing Black Panther, he's writing it. So
Black Panther jumped to like. But now I'm really excited for this. Like Phase 3 has got me.
I was going to say, I think this is going to be how most of Phase 3. I think Doctor Strange is going to slip through the cracks for some people, but I'm
not even that interested in Doctor Strange.
To me, I'm really interested in it because I want to see like this is their first foray into magic and like mysticism in the MCU, and so far they've handled everything great.
Thor.
Yeah,
they like explain that away with
science and stuff.
But this is going to be like actual magic.
But so I'm really interested to see how they handle that.
Yeah, that's going to be. But yeah, Phase 3. I keep saying like I'm gonna like say Season 3 instead of Phase 3, but that's kind of what it is with Marvel. It's Season 3. We're in Season 3 right now, and I'm really excited for everything that's.
We're about to get to the climax.
Yeah, the season finale,
Yeah.
maybe possibly series finale. But
I think
they've got movies planned after.
yeah, I was gonna say
Infinity War.
I think my theory is close to correct.
What
How
is
they
it?
handle it. That's gonna be their chance to kind of swap out the old guard and swap in the new guard.
If they end up doing that, because now some of those guys are saying
They want
they
to.
want
I
to
know,
continue, but who
the
knows?
how much money can they pay these people?
True.
Like these movies are getting more and more expensive to make with every movie they make because like the way the contracts are structured and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's gonna hit a point where they need to bring in new people, and not only that, but we want to see new people. Like I want to see Spider-Man get a chance to grow and become like this big character that's part
and
of.
then I want to see Miles come in and take over.
Oh god, that'd be so great. But I also like Captain Marvel and Black Panther and Doctor Strange. These are characters that most people who maybe are fans of the MCU but not fans of
But
Marvel Comics
how do you
don't really
continue
know.
without killing these characters? Because we don't want to reboot, but we don't want to.
They take
we
on
want to kill these.
they
Characters
take on
off.
smaller roles, or they, you know what I mean. It's already come to that point where Iron Man might not be like he might take a more reserved role for a little while. It could be something like that,
We'll see. Yeah, they just retire,
or they just don't focus on them.
or they.
You know what I mean?
'Cause
It's
I
like
don't-
they're still out there doing their thing, but we're focusing on this new group.
Yeah,
because that happens.
I
in
don't
comics.
see them killing off these characters.
I
It'd
thought
be ballsy, but
they
like,
would. For a while it's like, okay, if we have Infinity Wars, this is where they could kill some characters. Like Thor could die in Ragnarok, Cap could have died in Civil War, and like that could have been their chance in Infinity War Part 2 to bring them
I
back
liked
or
the
something.
ending
But
they used in Civil War
yeah.
more than killing Cap.
no, exactly. But I could have seen them going that direction
Yeah.
because they could have been like, here's our chance to kill somebody, have them gone for a little while, and then bring them back.
I'm kind of want at the end of Infinity War we get our ride off into the sunset
Yeah.
moment. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like good happy ending, and then it's almost like the end of that chapter. Kind of like the best way I can explain it is the Avatar series, not the James Cameron, like the show.
Yeah.
Where you had Last Airbender, it had its seasons, whatever. Then it's done. Then you had Legend of Korra, which was like still continuing, still had some of the same characters, like revisiting, but you follow this new group.
Yeah.
Which I think will happen with the movies that come out post.
And that's how I think they would handle it too. Is I don't think they would necessarily be like, okay, well they're all dead now, but they could just be like they're all
They've
doing their
moved
own
on,
thing,
yeah.
or they're not part of
Now
the
we're gonna
Avengers
follow
right
Black
now.
Panther
Yeah.
and Captain Marvel. That'd be that'd be like the most OP Avengers was with if you have like Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Black Panther. Like nobody stands a chance
Yeah.
against those guys.
Spider-Man. I'm just kidding. Spider-Man boy.
Intman.
Oh yeah, I totally forget that Ant-Man or like Scarlet
Vision.
Witch. Vision. Yeah.
That's like the OP.
They could stick around,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what their comic would be called. The OP Avengers.
They would be very very strong.
Pow. All right.
All right. Okay.
we don't even do
dos.
segues. We
No.
just say, all right.
Segue.
Fuck it, move on.
Number 2. The DCEU now has its very own Kevin Feige's.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 of them. Kind of.
Kind of.
It's the same role. So Geoff Johns and John Berg will now be overseeing all of WB's DC films. They also announced somebody's taking over the Lego films. Somebody's taking over like the
They're dividing their power structure better
Yeah.
to focus on certain areas.
and
it's
they
a
pointed
small-
each of them a Kevin Feige basically.
yeah, someone
like an
who can handle
overseeing
certain genres
EP.
areas.
Yeah.
I think it's very smart.
I think
it only makes sense.
I don't understand how it took them this long to get there. I don't know why I looked at my fake
They're
watch.
real dumb.
Yeah.
For taking so long, but it's a good thing that it's finally happening.
Yeah.
Because it's a smart move for them to. It's like a divide and conquer type move. That's what Disney has. They have all these different subsections
Mm-hmm.
and areas, and that's just so not one person or whatever has to focus on
Everything, because there's too much.
You're spread too thin.
Yeah.
You have to. It's division of power, which is just in any kind of business is necessary.
Yeah. How do you feel about Geoff Johns and John Berg?
That's fine. That's cool. Geoff Johns has done some good things with DC Comics. I
Yeah.
like his Justice League run. So, yeah, hopefully they can get me back into the DC movies because as of now, I'm out.
I'm still seeing Suicide Squad because
Suicide Squad,
I think
yes.
that movie will be fantastic.
Yeah, even with all of the stuff you hear about it, I still think it's going to be good.
I think people were jumping on the chance or on like the opportunity opportunity to talk crap about another DC film, because I don't buy that those were reshoots for humor and stuff, because looking at the budget for it, that it wasn't like you could shoot humor scenes for a lot less than the reshoots that, or like the whatever.
We'll see. I'm still hoping it's good, but otherwise I'm out on these DC movies unless they really change.
I'm just very glad that they announced this and didn't say Zack Snyder.
Oh, because they're trying to like get him out there.
Yeah, and that's great because they realize that Zack Snyder is not what the fans want. That's fine if like
some people.
I'm not saying Zack Snyder is like a terrible whatever, but he's a terrible whatever.
He's not very good. Watchmen is good, but that's fitted. Watchmen was fitted for him. Mm-hmm. I think someone probably could have maybe done it better, but he did a really good job.
Well, there's a lot of off-color comments that he made too, like.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to understand these.
Like, I can't remember the exact context, so I'm just gonna say allegedly. It was in an interview, but I don't remember. I'm not gonna remember word for word. So this is roughly what he said. But he said something like, if he had continued, or if he had control of the Christopher Nolan Batman, that Batman probably would have been raped by Bane instead of just like beat up. Like, and it was like, who the fuck says that?
That's unnecessary.
It's like, that's not needed for that character. Like,
and he doesn't understand. He's like, I don't know. I saw one thing. Someone was like, where he said that Batman killed people in the Dark Knight Returns comic, and it was pointed out that no, he doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't kill anybody. He doesn't do that. So he doesn't like understand.
When
I'm glad to have. It's good to have Geoff Johns in there, someone who has wrote the comics. He's the chief creative officer at DC. He understands these characters. For whatever you think about, like his stories that come out, he understands the characters.
Yeah,
and that's what they need is someone who understands the core of these characters. Because that's what Marvel's stories don't follow anything by the comics. But when you look at the characters, for the most part, maybe a couple are a little changed. I honestly probably for the better. They understand the core of the characters. When you see Cap on screen, that is Cap in the comics. When you see Iron Man on screen, that is the same character from the comics.
Yeah.
No matter what they look like or whatever, they understand the core of the character.
And I understand his whole point with the DCEU, or like his thought process was, I want to take this superhero idea, put it in like a gritty, real world setting, and have them deal with the ramifications. But that's not.
We don't want
DC,
that anymore.
That's not DC, and that's not
DC
Marvel.
Either.
Do a new story with new characters if that's what you want to do. Don't use old characters and try to force them into like it's like forcing a square peg in a round hole. It's like it's not going to work.
That's funny that you bring that up because that's what Watchmen was. Mm-hmm. Watchmen was supposed to be based off of like the Charlton Comics characters like Blue Beetle and Captain Atom and stuff. That's why Blue Beetle became Night Owl. Mm-hmm. And then Alan Moore decided he was going to do this story, so he changed all the characters and created new ones because those old ones wouldn't have worked in the story that he wanted to do.
Yeah, and that's totally just what has to happen sometimes. Like if you're like, well, it can be fun in comic books to have like a 4-issue run where you do like, what if Superman was this, or what if Superman's life was like this? Like that's great if it's going to be a contained thing, but if that's going to be Superman for the rest of a generation, because that's not a great thing.
The movies are technically in like an Elseworlds compared to the comics, but the problem you run into is more people are exposed to the films than they are to the comics. So then what they see on the screen becomes the definitive version of that character.
Yeah.
And when you're doing gritty Murder Man on screen, that becomes that version of the character that the public knows.
Yeah.
That's possibly problematic.
Definitely.
So, also, did you hear that this week DC Rebirth #1 got spoiled all over the internet?
I did not.
Yeah, a bunch of basically the entire comic was released with all the spoilers and everything, which sucks. I avoided all the spoilers.
Okay, I was gonna say,
I'm not gonna follow it, so we're not gonna talk about any of that stuff because I'm gonna wait. I think it comes out next week.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna wait till Wednesday and then read it. And
I always have an inkling of suspicion when stuff like this happens, especially surrounding something that is hopefully a good reboot of something that's been going horribly wrong, that they were actually the ones that leaked it to try to get Because if they put that information out there for free and people are saying good things about it, not saying that that's what happened because I have no idea. I've been avoiding it.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, because then they ended up releasing like an official like preview, because they always release previews for comics. They ended up releasing a preview thing, but yeah. So I'm just gonna wait till Wednesday. I'm actually pretty excited for Rebirth. They released some new images of some redesigns for the Teen Titans, which look very promising. Beast Boy looks really cool. Kid Flash looks really cool. I'm actually really pumped for Rebirth. I think this is DC course correcting the past 5 years.
Yeah, and it seems like WB is doing the same thing with the DC films. Hopefully. So who knows?
Yeah. Move on to the third thing.
The third thing.
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what this is?
No.
The second Ghostbusters trailer. No, there's only 3. I said there was 4, but there was only 3.
What was the other one?
The Ghostbusters trailer. We did Thor, Ragnarok,
you said there was
DCEU. I know, but there was only 3.
So you just don't know how to count.
Yeah. No, I said 4 before we looked at the list, and then I realized that there was only 3. I was trying to remember. Something we must have talked about one of these things last week is what I was remembering in the car ride over.
Whatever.
Okay.
So the new Ghostbusters trailer.
The second Ghostbusters trailer. So
technically the third. Yeah, whatever.
The teaser.
The newest one?
Yes. The one that came out this week.
Was it this week?
Yeah, it was this week. It was like Monday.
My days are just meshing, blending all into one.
Okay. So reactions have been varied once again. Some people hate it even more than the first trailer. Some people like it a lot better than the first trailer. I'm kind of annoyed that they kind of spoiled like the whole movie.
I don't think they did.
I feel like they gave away a big chunk of it.
Okay.
I just get annoyed when movies do that. The
controversy around this movie is, let me just be blunt, fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's all dumb. We're, talking, people make the argument, well, it's everybody rebooting, it's reboot culture. It's like, how come you didn't have any problems with that for the past 10 years when they were rebooting Total Recall, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, a million other fucking movies? But Ghostbusters, nope, that's the final straw.
Because everybody's a movie hipster. They try to act like, oh, Ghostbusters is my favorite movie. You probably liked Ghostbusters. I'm sorry to break this to you. Ghostbusters is not your favorite movie.
It wasn't good movie.
It wasn't the best movie ever made. Not even close. It's a good movie. It's a funny movie. It's not cinema gold. Stop acting like it's
untouchable.
Yeah, it's
all these. It's dudes. It's these MRA dumbass motherfuckers crying.
Well, it's not just that. I'm also annoyed with
is.
I'm also annoyed with like all the movie hipsters where it's like they just shouldn't have touched Ghostbusters and stuff. It's like it's a franchise. They were gonna try some stuff. Yeah, sometimes it might not work great. And who knows? You haven't seen the movie yet. You can't.
People are saying I refuse to see that. Then fine, don't see it. But don't make it seem like you're taking some kind of stand. It looks bad, so I'm not gonna see it. Yeah, that's what trailers are for. Mm-hmm. You decide whether you want to see it or not.
To me, this trailer
I'm super excited.
This trailer was a lot better.
This trailer was cool.
I'm still not like I'm gonna see the movie, but I'm still not like. To me, this is the whole X-Men Apocalypse thing.
I didn't care about it. I didn't like any of the Apocalypse trailers.
Yeah, none of the trailers look interesting at all. Same with this.
But you didn't see me saying this movie's an abomination.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Early reviews are that it does suck.
But this before, from the first trailers where I was like, I don't really. This isn't very.
Yeah,
good.
I just thought
you didn't see me saying this is an abomination.
Right.
I refuse to review it or watch it or whatever.
Are you talking about comic book?
Yeah, I'm not. God. Yeah, fucking idiots.
Yeah.
But so it's so stupid. I'm actually really excited for the new Ghostbusters. Trailers aren't always the best sign, but I didn't think the trailers were that bad.
The first trailer, like I said, the only thing that
wasn't that great.
It was bad cuts, and also the music and sound just didn't fit with the tone of the movie. Whereas this one, I felt like is a lot more tonal. Yeah, it's tonally appropriate.
I think people have just been looking to complain about every little thing about this movie that they see, even down to I don't like the design of the ghosts or the colors. I'm like, oh my god, come on.
Well, it's one of those, they want retro but not retro, and they're trying to stick to the original.
Pleasing.
Yeah.
So I think the new ghost designs look really cool, or how they have color and stuff to them. I think it looks really cool.
That's what the old ones were too.
Right.
Yeah.
People are saying, "Oh, they look too colorful, too."
And it's like,
whatever.
no, it looks.
What are you fucking?
It looks like the old
thinking?
ones, but not on a CRT TV.
Exactly. And then like people are like, why is there a dragon ghost? It's like,
Why not?
Why not?
There was a fucking giant marshmallow in the first one. Or in
You
the
can
second
do
one.
whatever
It's
the
like,
fuck you
yeah.
want to do. It doesn't mean he could be just a demon spirit thing. Doesn't mean he has to be like the ghost of a dead person.
Yeah. When it could also be, there's like, what if there was a fucking dragon, like a fucking statue or something, and then
Like
he
the
possessed that?
statue
Yeah,
monsters.
exactly. It's like
Yeah,
that
from the
totally
first
can
one.
absolutely happen.
So like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's just no pleasing people at this
Also,
movie.
it's a world where ghosts exist. I'm sorry to break this to you if you think this is the real
if you
world,
think
but
some
this
things
is
are
not.
a little too
Yeah.
far-fetched.
It's the whole
chill
premise
the
is
fuck
pretty
out.
far-fetched.
It's like, just the people whining about this movie just makes me
But it's one of
sad.
those things, like, I see tons of trailers for movies that I'm like, nah, it doesn't really interest me. Doesn't mean I'm going to go online and be like, you can't see this movie. This movie's garbage.
Garbage
It's like,
piece of shit. Like, how can you say it's garbage? You haven't seen
Yeah.
anything from it except 2 trailers.
and if all we did was go off of trailers, Man of Steel would have been one of the best movies ever.
Right. I love the Man of Steel trailer. That movie is garbage. Mm-hmm. So, oh god, it's just the internet sucks. You know why? Because I was talking to my friend about this, and it's people wonder why people like are so like hate filled and ranting about stuff like they do now with like movies and all this stuff. And it's to me honestly like. You know, I don't know, whatever. You can yell at me for whatever I'm going to say, but it's like the rise of nerd culture, right? All these things that nerds, in like quotations or whatever, like, is popular now. It's mainstream. Superheroes, you know, Ghostbusters, whatever, all these properties, they're mainstream now. So these nerds' voices are being heard more. And that's where you get all these negative comments and all this, that this is garbage, bullshit. How come that character is not like that in the comics, blah, 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 blah. And people are just like, you know, casual people are like, what the fuck is going on? And and they're like, why are people so like crazy about this stuff nowadays? And I'm like, well, let me tell you, they've always been crazy about this
Now they
shit.
just have a platform.
Now you're just hearing it
Yeah.
because the stuff that they like is mainstream and the internet.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
kind of
these
like
nerds have always been fucking uppity and very protective of all.
it's kind of like the Me
properties.
Too culture, though, because what we had before was we had 10 reviewers review a movie, and 2 or 3 of them might have been these people where they're like, this was not true to the character in the book or the movie, whatever.
Nice accent.
And then you'd be like, okay, well, that guy's just a pretentious asshole. But here's the thing, is now there's thousands and thousands of these pretentious assholes that are like, I also have this opinion that you must hear. It's like, no,
All
I don't.
these-
You don't
all
need to
these
hear.
sweaty nerds
Yeah, it's
and
like
stuff.
I don't need to hear your opinion.
Well, they've always been like this, and now we're just hearing it more because what they like is popular.
Yeah.
You know, if comic book nerds have always been arguing about stuff in the comics for years, and now we're hearing it more because the stuff they like is popular, and we're talking about it.
I just think people need to
Fucking chillax.
and try to be like less negative. I say that as we're being like negative and shit. But
I mean, like, be negative, like, and I don't really know how to explain it.
like I wouldn't.
Don't send fucking death threats to somebody
No,
because
yeah.
they didn't like something or that you liked, or they portrayed a character differently than you would agree with, or be like I'm not gonna say I want to kill Bryan Singer because Wolverine in the movies is 6'2" instead of 5'2".
Yeah.
Like I don't like. It's just so dumb.
Well, like perfect example. I hated Batman v Superman.
But I didn't call for Zack Snyder's head on a fucking stake.
I also I didn't like Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex Luthor. That doesn't mean I'm not going to ever see a movie that Jesse Eisenberg is in or think that he's a terrible actor.
No.
It could have been a million things that caused him to go that direction, and it could have been not his decision. There's these things called directors that tell you as an actor what you should be doing on screen. So that could have not been his decision.
People just need to stop and mostly just relax. Like, don't get so.
This is entertainment.
get
This
worked
is
up about it.
what you're supposed to be doing to relax. And I'm one of those people where if I don't enjoy something, I'm not gonna like spend my time doing it.
I said how much I hated Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
I didn't call for anyone to be killed for it. Mm-hmm. You know, just like people saying they didn't like it or people who liked it,
Totally.
same people who didn't like it should be killed.
Oh yeah, it's one
like,
of those. If you enjoyed it, great. I'm glad
Good
you
for
enjoyed
you.
it. You
Yeah.
spent $10 and it wasn't
got
a
your
waste of your
money's
money.
worth. Yeah.
I felt differently, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking come at you with a knife or a verbal
it's
knife.
Just the main moral from this is fucking relax. Don't get so worked up about things. I mean, we get kind of worked up about things, but like we're getting worked up right now. Oh, people getting worked up about things. Just because, it's frustrating dealing with just dumbassery.
Yeah. It's totally. My feelings about this trailer are meh, whatever. I'm still probably going to see the movie.
I'm still excited. I thought when Spy, the trailers for Spy came out last year, the trailers were, I was like, this looks bad. Then I saw the movie. I actually saw it twice. I watched it in the theater and then watched it when it came out on DVD. And I was like, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
So I think I'm going to like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, my only problem...
And I like all the actors in it.
My only problem with this Ghostbusters movie is the same feeling that I have with a lot of times that they use like a franchise a lot later. It's like, this could have just been something like... They could have taken this idea of the female group of whatever and done a different movie. It didn't have to be Ghostbusters. That's my problem with it. But it's not like,
but that's just because you're just like, these franchises.
Yeah, it's a lot of times...
Time,
it feels like the franchise part of it is shoehorned in.
But you're not refusing to see the movie. Because and saying people who want to see.
I'm not saying they ruined the fucking Ghostbusters.
No, the first one the other ones will always exist.
Yeah.
Did the Colin Farrell remake of Total Recall ruin the Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall? Absolutely not. Did the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory ruin the original Gene Wilder Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes, it did. No,
not at all.
Yeah.
It still exists. It's not suddenly, nope, every copy of the original Ghostbusters is now burned, destroyed, atomized, completely gone. Sorry. You only get this new one. That's not the case. So, don't get so worked up about it.
How about that Tetris movie?
Don't even get me started. We're going to have a good episode of a different podcast about something like that in the future. So, anyway, wow, we actually were able to go for a good amount of time on just those 3 topics.
Maybe that's what we should do every time. Just pick a few topics that are actually noteworthy.
That's the plan, dude.
Oh, wait. Oh, was that a tease?
No. And hopefully have maybe other people on here besides just the 2 of us.
So we can get opinions that are different.
Yeah, man. All right. So I think that's it. How long have we been going for?
It's like 32 minutes.
That's a little shorter, but we did only do 3 topics, and it's which is the 2 of us. We had another person. We could probably bounce those 3 topics for forever, as we've learned before. Anyway,
go listen to the Christmas episode.
Yeah, and a little tease. So last week we recorded our worst episode ever.
Yes,
it was just bad. I think we had to be like 20-some minutes, wasn't it?
No, it was like 50 minutes.
Wow.
It was almost an hour.
Really
and
bad.
It was basically like both of us were asleep at the wheel and just mumbling our way through the episode because we recorded on a Monday.
Yeah.
It was a Monday night.
Monday night, I had just gotten off work. Matt had a full day too, and we were just like, intro made. So anyway, if you want to check that episode out, it's an iTunes exclusive. So
exclusive.
Yeah, we didn't want to put it on YouTube because it's our worst episode ever. So if you want to check that out, it's on iTunes. What did you have it titled? Was it?
I think it was Pokemon Sun and Moon and Stuff or something like that.
Yeah, that's how little effort was put into it.
It's not all about Pokemon Sun and Moon either.
No.
That's the main topic.
That's like barely about Sun and Moon. Like we barely talked about anything. We just blew through it.
There was a lot of news.
And we were just too fucking tired to cover any of it.
Yeah, and we were kind of ornery, so like
we were.
It's like Assassin's Creed movie. I don't fucking care.
Matt didn't even want to talk about it.
I was like, no.
Anyway, definitely check out the iTunes exclusive worst episode ever. Are you able to retitle anything?
I can tell.
You should like put in like brackets like worst episode ever.
Yeah, worst.
Anyway, if you want to find me online anywhere, I'm at Scotty Boy, SCOTTY BWO 4 Ys. Matt,
You can find me on the interwebs, the Twits, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, all those places at Hagnerd, Hagnerd. You can find us on the Twits at Fuzzy Loaf. If you're listening to this on iTunes, you can find us on YouTube by searching Fuzzy Loaf. If you're listening to us on YouTube, you can find us on iTunes by searching Fuzzy Loaf. Subscribe, rate, comment. Let us know how we suck. Or we don't suck.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to say?
No.
No. We're still working on the new stuff coming soon. It's taking some time. Matt and I haven't had a chance to really sit down and work things out yet.
Yeah.
Which I think we're going to have to plan a day to do it. Memorial Day weekend's coming up. Maybe we'll have time. I don't know if you have time.
Concert Saturday night. Otherwise, I'm free.
Cool. We'll figure shit out.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, we will smell you later.